Today we're talking about debt, interest rates, and how this affects you and me, ordinary people just trying to make ends meet. So grab your espresso, sit back, and let's dive in. My name is David Quintieri, and I have been looking into this information, the depths of it, knee-deep in the trenches, for well over a decade, bringing this information into easily digestible chunks for you each and every single day. You request it, I bring the data to you. That's how this works. This is a grassroots channel, the best comment section in the world. Let's get into it, okay? I want to show you something. Almost 90 million American adults struggle to make ends meet. 90 million? Are you kidding me? About 38.5% of households face difficulty. This is incredible. More households turn to credit cards to cover their spending needs. We're talking about the basics. We are not talking about a lavish lifestyle. And that's what I want to break down here. First up, we have to talk about this mountain of debt that we're dealing with. Not only personal, of course, corporate debt. We've got, the nation itself is just struggling, truthfully. I mean, you've seen how people add to their credit cards, right? And let's not even get started on student loans or mortgages. This debt isn't just a problem for us as individuals. It's a problem for the economy. When we're all scrambling to pay down our debts, it's hard to manage our everyday expenses. And that, my friends, slows down the whole economic engine. I talk about it as a domino effect, snowball effect, knock-on effect, whatever term you want to use, okay? And that brings me to interest rates. And just when you thought that it couldn't get any worse, the Federal Reserve comes in, they're hiking interest rates. Now they're trying to slow down inflation, keep it in check. They're trying to maintain price stability, but it certainly does sting. Higher borrowing costs, that's just adding fuel to the fire for households that are already having a tough time. It's like being in a sinking boat and somebody hands you a bucket with a big hole in it. The whole bottom is just missing, okay? It's not gonna work. It's not gonna do the trick. It just leads to this nasty cycle of even more debt and financial stress. Then we look at what's happening with inequality. That's discussed here as well in this Bloomberg article. We've got a debt issue, but there's another side to this, and that's the income inequality. The data is shouting out loud and clear. A ton of people are feeling the financial squeeze, and that's a red flag telling us that the wealth and resources are not there for everybody. They're there for the select few. And this isn't about like everybody having a yacht and everybody having a private jet. No, absolutely not. But even the basics, where 90 million people are struggling to make ends meet. It tells us that something is going on. And of course, we know what that something is. It's that when you create a boom-bust cycle, it only benefits the few, always at the expense of the many. Let's talk about consumer spending. When people are up to their eyeballs in debt, guess what takes a back seat? Of course, spending. Now, I'm not talking about splurging on an 80-inch flat screen TV or a vacation to Hawaii or the Maldives. I'm talking about everyday spending. When households start cutting back, it sends that domino effect throughout the economy. Businesses feel it, employment takes a hit, and investments dry up. It's like a chain reaction, and it isn't pretty, let me tell you that, okay? And that's what we're encountering here. You could see it everywhere. I show you this data each and every single day. This should be a wake-up call for people in the government. They're dealing with this whole debt crisis and everything, and they're not going to make it actually beneficial in any way for you and I. They're not. You could see that they would promote one thing or another. Let's get wage growth happening, but we don't want too much wage growth because then that would create inflation. One of the things that we really need, is improving financial literacy. This would really go a long way. Let's be honest, we all need more financial education. I've been reading into this for I don't know, 15 years or more each and every day, hours and hours every single day. And I would still love to have that financial education. Warren Buffett, he's reading each and every single day. He's not giving up on that. And it makes sense because we have to keep up to date. And that's how we're better able and better prepared to deal with these circumstances. This is important. They're not like those policymakers, the people in the Congress, in the Parliament, depending on where you are. They're not going to resolve this issue. You know what's going to happen. Special interests are the ones that are going to benefit. So I know that's a lot to talk about, but I just wanted to make it clear as to what's happening with our lives, our wallets, our future. As we talk about this, we become more aware, or as our awareness basically opens up and grows, then we're able to deal with it better. What are some of the things that we can do? Well, I think it's pretty simple that we need to cut back wherever we can, that's clear. We need to try to do what we can to increase our wages, our business income. This is important as well, and I've talked about this before. Things that you could do as an individual, anything we could do, have a side hustle, bring in that cash. At the same time, we cut down from the bottom. There's only so much you can cut from, right? There's only so much you can save, but we got to do what we can. And then we need self-sufficiency and preparedness. That's what I talk about in the Pillars of Prosperity video. Pillars of Prosperity, because I want to show you what people have control over. What the interest rate is tomorrow, we don't know. We can't control. But we do have some elements of control. And we need to use whatever we can. So that's the way it goes. Did you find this video informative? Hit that thumbs up button. It's really important. It helps everybody out. And share this with your family, with your friends. I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.